Check this out. One world government, one world cashless currency, one world central bank, one world military, end of national sovereignty, end of privately owned property, end of the family unit, mandatory universal basic income, microchipped tracking for all, world social credit system, thousands of e-towers, end of private transportation, end of private farms, business owned by government, travel restrictions, restricted land use. This is Agenda 2030. This is what they on. This is what they on. This is 5 years from today. 5 years. This is all people got. You got 5 years, fam. Share this beam out. You got 5 years. This is their agenda. So you can have an opinion. You say what you want to about how you feel. This is what their mission is.
Every newborn in the U.S. will get a digital ID at birth. You're not going to believe this. Starting January 2026, every baby born in the United States will automatically receive a digital ID at birth. We're not just talking name and birthday, we're talking retina scan fingerprints and even DNA data stored permanently. The new law, called the Digital Security Act, is being introduced to enhance child safety and national security. This digital ID will be required in school, access hospitals, and even sign up for apps. And no parental consent won't be required. It's considered a federal mandate. Some states have already confirmed if a child isn't digitally registered, they won't qualify for health insurance. Privacy advocates are sounding the alarm. This could be the start of lifelong surveillance. But supporters argue it's essential to prevent child trafficking and identity theft. So, is this the future of security or the end of personal freedom?
That Israel is going to replace the United States as the next ruling state of the world. This was written 12 years ago. Israel has to replace the United States. When Britain was the ruling state, there was one monetary system. When the United States replaced Britain, there was another monetary system. And so when Israel replaces the United States, you must have a new monetary system. I gave you a hint just now. The US dollar is going to collapse. It has already collapsed, actually. It's about $1,800 US now for 1 ounce of gold. Yeah, about 1,800. If Israel attacks Iran, that's it for the US dollar. That's it. When the US dollar collapses, I believe what they will do is to demonetize it, meaning it cannot be used as legal tender. So you have to take your dollars to redeem it for the new money that the United States government will issue. Many countries have done that in the past. The new money, however, when you redeem your US dollars, you'll only get a fraction of the value.
Maybe in a couple of decades, when people look back, the thing they will remember from the COVID crisis is this is the moment when everything went digital. This was the moment when everything became monitored. I think that the big process that's happening right now in the world is hacking human beings, the ability to hack humans, to understand deeply what's happening within you, what makes you go. COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. But exactly the same technology can determine what you think about the government. You know, anger is a biological phenomena, just like disease. It's not some spiritual thing out there. It's a biological pattern in your body. With this kind of surveillance, I mean, you watch the big president, the big leader, gives a speech on television. The television could be monitoring you and knowing whether you're angry or not, just by analyzing the cues, the biological cues coming from your body. The thing is, it's not just you're now watching this. The thing is, we know that you're watching this, and we also know how you feel. Are you angry about what you hear? Are you frightened? Are you bored? This is the kind of power that Stalin didn't have. You know, when Stalin gave a speech, everybody, of course, clapped their hands and smiled. Now, how do you know what they really think about Stalin? It's very difficult. You can't have a KGB agent following everybody all the time. Even if you do it, he's just watching your outside behavior. He doesn't really know what's happening in your mind. But in 10 years, the future Stalins of the 21st century, they could be watching the minds, the brains of all the population all the time. And also they will have the computing power to analyze all that. And COVID is important because COVID legitimizes some of the crucial steps, even in democratic countries.
One final way that's new and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. You put instructions in the code to make that shape.
Everything that I'm about to mention is currently being developed by Bill Gates, often in partnership with the CV19 Playbook, MIT, all of which is backed by the United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundation. Due to ongoing mutations with CV19, the CV vaccine currently being developed will alter our DNA through an actual synthesizing of our individual genetic code using mRNA and CRISPR technology, which acts as scissors by cutting DNA at a designated spot and removing or inserting a new sequence with an artificial code to make sure every man, woman, and child complies with the One World Order's mandatory implementations. Gates and MIT are currently developing the Human Implantable Quantum Dot Microneedle Vaccination Delivery System. It's a tattoo for the hand, which will include our identification mark and vaccination records. It needs an enzyme called luciferase in order to make it work. The transhumanist agent on every person's hand will glow with the bioluminescence of the light bearer, a chip you cannot remove with a knife. This tracking system will alter your DNA, and it's permanent. 33rd degree Freemason and occultist Manly P. Hall once wrote, quote, "The seething energies of Lucifer are in his hands."
So this is urgent, and it's going to require incredible collaboration. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people.